Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're exploring a fascinating and genuinely practical concept from the Peconaqri framework. We're going to look at exactly how you can use a powerful, scientifically backed 12-breath cheat code of sorts to reclaim your mornings from the immediate grip of digital distraction. Seriously, if you've ever felt like your day gets hijacked the literal second you open your eyes, you are absolutely going to love this.
Consider this for a second. You wake up. For approximately 4 seconds, the mind is quiet. Then the hand reaches for the phone. Think about that chaotic, entirely relatable 4-second shift. In that tiny, tiny window, we go from pure morning stillness right into the algorithm's grip. Notifications load, the feed begins, and suddenly, the entire arc of your day's choices gets shaped by whatever some platform decided to serve you first.
So let's dive straight into this. Here's our roadmap for today's explainer. Number 1, escaping the NPC state. Number 2, the neuroscience of mantras. Number 3, the 12-breath cycle. Number 4, the lighthouse rule. And finally, number 5, bridging stillness to action.
All right, part 1, escaping the NPC state.
Before we even get into the physical practice, I want you to ask yourself who or what is actually controlling your attention during those crucial first few minutes of your day. On the left here, we have the NPC state, which stands for non-player character. You know, in video games, an NPC just drifts around on pre-programmed loops. Well, in real life, the NPC state means your attention is totally unfocused, driven by algorithms, and filled with this continuous, noisy ego chatter. On the right, though, is the PC player, the player character. This represents taking active, intentional control in the game of life. It's about making choices and evaluating your life from the inside out rather than the outside in. Now, here's the thing. The NPC state is not just some clever metaphor for laziness. It is actually the hardwired neurological default mode of the human brain. It's called the default mode network, or DMN. Whenever your attention is unfocused, this network lights up. It's literally the biological engine generating your internal narrative, your endless worries, and that continuous social comparison we all deal with. So to become the player character, we literally have to physically interrupt this network. Which brings us to section 2, the neuroscience of mantras. So how exactly do we quiet down this noisy default mode network? Well, we do it through repetitive verbal focus. Research using EEG brain scans shows that sustained, repetitive verbal focus physically changes our brainwaves. It shifts us toward alpha activity, which gives us this great relaxed alertness and reduces anxious hypervigilance. Then it brings in theta activity, which is associated with deep meditative states and emotional regulation. And for experienced practitioners, it even creates gamma synchronization for heightened cross-brain coherence. And the best part? These neurological shifts happen regardless of any mysticism. It's just hard, measurable science. The absolutely crucial point here is that the mechanical act of focused repetition physically occupies the brain's attention system. Because your attention system is busy, that default mode chatter simply cannot run at the same time. And here is the real kicker. Your brain doesn't require the phrase you're repeating to be religious or sacred. For the neurological benefits to actually kick in, it simply requires the repetition to be consistent. Moving right along to section 3, the 12-breath cycle. The Peconaqri Mantra is a 4 to 6 minute, completely agnostic daily practice, and you are meant to do it immediately after waking up, right in those fleeting first few seconds before you even touch your phone. It's incredibly structured, and it's broken down into 4 distinct phases: intention, terrain, container, and phases, and return. I'm actually going to slow my pacing down a bit right here, just to sort of mirror the calming nature of the practice itself. Basically, you flow through these 4 phases over the course of 12 natural, unforced breaths. And over those 12 breaths, you silently recite specific practice words on each out-breath. They are awaken, person, community, nature, cube, express, health, relate, prosper, legacy, steward, inside. These short, rhythmic words are actually placeholders for much larger canonical concepts, like self-expression or the cube of life, but they're condensed down so they perfectly fit a natural, easy 6-second exhale. Now, the final word, inside, is the master key to the whole shebang. This is what separates this practice from just a simple everyday breathing exercise. You see, most people evaluate their lives from the outside. We compare ourselves to others on social media. We seek external validation, right? That is the classic NPC evaluation mode. Ending your practice on the word inside crucially trains your mind to evaluate your life success criteria from inside your own structure. It is the ultimate player character move. Okay, section 4, the lighthouse rule. Now, you might be wondering, wait a second, if I'm trying to quiet my mind, what happens if focusing on a word like health or relate accidentally triggers a massive, stressful to-do list in my head about a doctor's appointment or an argument with a friend? To stop yourself from re-entering that anxiety loop, you use what's called the lighthouse rule. You treat each concept as a single sub-second flash of a lighthouse beam. When you exhale and silently say relate, you are not opening a conversation with yourself about your relationships. You are simply sweeping that area of your life with a single beam of awareness to notice the baseline weather and then immediately letting it go as you inhale. I literally cannot emphasize this point enough. The point is not to solve anything during the mantra. The point is just to notice. The evaluation during these 12 breaths is entirely wordless, it's fleeting, and it is meant strictly for observation. You are simply training your brain to hold the map of your entire life in awareness without panicking or obsessing over it.
Finally, Section 5. Bridging stillness to action.
So let's say you've done your 3 to 5 cycles of these 12 breaths. Your mind is quiet, the DMN is totally dialed down, and it's been about 5 minutes. When the meditation is over and it's finally time to start the day, you write down one specific fill-in-the-blank sentence. Today, the face I need to watch is blank because blank. Today's PC move, blank. You can jot this down in a notebook or even on your phone. This single sentence takes the pure stillness of the mantra and transforms it into incredibly concrete direction for your day. It gives your morning intention a real physical anchor in reality.
So how do you actually start this tomorrow morning? Well, the progressive learning path is completely designed to be gradual. In week 1, just practice with the phase table visible so you can learn the 4 phases. In week 2, try doing it with your eyes closed strictly from memory. And from week 3 onwards, you can start adding that deeper interior scanning with the lighthouse rule, letting the visualization become really vivid. We've covered how to bypass the algorithm, quiet your default neurology, and set your own intentional parameters for the day before the rest of the world does it for you. So I'll leave you with this provocative question to take into your morning tomorrow. Which face of your cube do you need to watch today? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I genuinely hope this gives you an amazing, powerful new tool for your mornings.